I remember when I was younger, I would always do everything so quickly, and I still do it now, just not as much. I can speak now in a way, especially on these videos, because I've had a little bit of practice now. But I tend to be careful with what I'm saying, and I'm able to speak much clearer and announce exactly what I'm thinking and what I want to say. There's not as much ums and ahs as an anxiety behind it. But it still comes out sometimes, especially if I'm in a situation where I'm under pressure or I'm stressed, or especially if I'm people pleasing, which was the point of this video. I remember always doing everything so quickly when I was a teenager, always rushing to the next thing, always speaking without really knowing what I'm saying, without really just saying things that I've heard or things that I think is the right thing to say to please other people, saying it very quickly, anxiously, lots of ums and ahs and all that stuff, lots of jerky, anxious movements, walking quickly, all that stuff. And it's quite common if you look around. There are a lot of people that do this, but if you look at successful people, people who are successful people who you may respect, it's very rare to see them rushing. People whose time is worth more than most people's, they never seem to rush. But when you're being beaten down by a world, when you're not on top of your life, you tend to rush everything because you're trying to make everyone else happy. What feels good for you? What is the best way forward? Is rushing the best way forward? How does it make you feel when you're rushing, when you're people pleasing? It's an anxious feeling for me in the stomach, in the chest. I'm very tense. It's not a good feeling. It's like I'm sacrificing my health, happiness, and peace in the moment in order to make someone else happy. And I lived my life like this for decades. It's insane, really, now that I'm saying it. I also never really felt like I knew who I was, what I really felt, what I really thought, because I never really took the time to explore these things. I was just so reactive. So something that helps with this is taking time to respond. There's no rule that says you have to respond to a text message immediately. You can even leave them on read for a while you consider it, or while you take your time and wait for a time where you can consider it better. That self-awareness is key, where you need to be aware of how you're feeling in your body, of whether or not you're in a place where you're able to communicate truthfully what you think and feel. If you're not, then we'll have to do it at a time when we're distracted, or it's not important at that time, or feel this and that. And try slowing down. No quick and jerky movements. Walk slowly, even if you're late. Need to prioritize your own health and well-being over others, because no one else cares. Everyone else is going to prioritize themselves over you. If the world had its way, the world would absorb all of your positive energy and leave you for dead. And by people pleasing, that's exactly what we're doing. We're giving the world our energy and leaving none for ourselves. Speak in a way that's clear and well thought out. Get used to practice not using ums and ahs and pausing too much. The more you practice this, the better it gets. You get this sense of mindfulness surrounding yourself when you're talking, because what you say matters. And people will feel this when you feel what you say matters. And to do this, you have to figure out what you really think and then say it in a very clear, mindful, calm way. There is some subtleties to this, though, because When we're in a social situation where we're just there to have fun, we need to be spontaneous. If you become this calculated robot in a social situation, it never works. You become shut down, you become mechanical, you become awkward, you can get angry and emotional and just not enjoy yourself. Socializing requires spontaneity because that's what opens you up to start to experience these positive emotions with other people. So, spontaneity is subtly different to anxiety because there are social situations where I would just set my anxiety on fire and I would just go crazy with you know just saying anything that came to mind and all this stuff. It's like an anxious response to the situation because I'm people pleasing. Spontaneity is a subtle difference where it comes from you, where you're saying things because that's what's coming up for you. It's not based on what they will think about it. It's not based on whether or not they'll be happy about it. It's just based on communicating the truth of what's going on inside you at the time. This might be good, bad, positive, negative, whatever. That's spontaneity. But we need to have a level of calm and relaxation to see what's coming up for us in the moment. Otherwise, it's just these jerky, not thought out, anxious, people pleasing responses that get us nowhere. And it just turns us into a kind of drug fueled clown where we're anxiously reactive and it's like we're on some weird drug. I've been there a lot, so trust me. As well, what has helped me is physical health. Ketosis for me is big because it definitely calms me down. It calms my mind down. I'm more mindful. I'm more able to focus. Things like meditation, breathing, exercise, stretching, just health in general, anything that you can do every day to move in a positive direction towards better health is going to help this stuff. It all works synergistically. So that's it, guys. I hope that helps. Leave me a comment if there's any questions. Thanks.